John Green was born in 1730. He was a veteran of the American Revolution, and he was a colonel in the 10th Virginia Volunteers, and as such, he fought throughout the Revolution. He died in 1793, and he was originally buried in Liberty Hall, Virginia. He was reinterred right here in Section 1 of Arlington National Cemetery on April 23rd, 1931. And although he's technically not the oldest original grave here at Arlington, Colonel Green has been deceased longer than anyone else buried here in the cemetery. So a little more about Colonel John Green. He lived between the years of 1730 and 1793, and he was the son of Robert Green and Eleanor Dunn from Scotland, who came to Virginia at the age of 15 with his family of Quakers. He traveled up the Rappahannock River and settled near Brandy Station. He built his home named Liberty Hall. Interestingly, Eleanor survived her husband by 45 years and outlived 4 of her sons. Now, John married Susanna Blackwell and had 8 children, 7 sons and 1 daughter. He was a colonel in the Revolutionary War and a member of the House of Burgesses in 1769. Colonel John Green organized and commanded a company of Minutemen at the start of the Revolution and served for more than 8 years. He was a captain of the 1st Virginia, became a major in 1776, and he was wounded at Mamaroneck on the 21st of October, 1776. He continued to rise up to the rank of colonel, commanding the 10th Virginia in 1778, and was transferred to the 5th Virginia in September of 1778. He distinguished himself at the battles of Brandywine and Monmouth. He was assigned to cover the planned retreat of General Nathaniel Greene from the battlefield at the Battle of Guilford Courthouse on March 15, 1781. The Americans had so few adequate troops in any battle that they could seldom stand and fight, so planning for any battle included a plan to withdraw as well. Colonel Green was very unhappy with that assignment. He was not one to withdraw, so General Greene had to promise him that he would assign the colonel his forward assignment in the next battle to calm him down just a little bit. In a later battle, Colonel Green was wounded while storming a breastwork and was crippled for the remainder of his life. In his will, he claimed to be sick and weak, but in perfect sense and memory. He was commended by the Continental Congress and presented a sword for meritorious achievement. Light Horse Harry Lee referred to the colonel in his memoirs as one of the bravest of the brave. Colonel Green retired in January 1783 and was one of the original members of the Society of Cincinnati. He received land warrants for almost 9,000 acres of land in Kentucky for his service in the war. Colonel Green died in 1793 and was buried at Liberty Hall, but the remains of he and his wife were moved to Arlington National Cemetery in 1911. Let's go visit the gravesite of Colonel John Green. The grave's a bit lopsided as it's being upended by this tree root. Revolutionary soldier, 1775 to 1783. Placed by the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Here, the inscription reads, John Green, Colonel, 10th Virginia Volunteers, Revolutionary War, born and died at Liberty Hall, Culpeper, Virginia, 1730 to 1793, commanded one of the first companies of the Minutemen of Culpeper County, organized and commanded a company in the Continental Line, commended by the Continental Congress, and directed to be presented a sword for meritorious service. Original member of the Society of Cincinnati. And down below, his wife, Susanna Blackwell.